Hello everyone and welcome to more Infinite Realms. I haven't been able to do a whole lot in the past couple of weeks. Been very busy. Just a lot of things going on. So I thought I'd just pop in, touch base, run down a few things I've seen in the past couple of weeks, and just share a few views and observations. Okay, so first up, I finally got to see Spider-Man No Way Home. And really liked it. A plus 5 stars. Definitely. Not much I can say about this movie that hasn't already been said, though. I mean, I don't see the point of trying to even do a video on it. I mean, it's been talked to death. And I'm a little late on this one just because I have a toddler. Can't really go to the theater very much. But I will say it was really nice to see all three Spider-Men together. And if you didn't know that one already, spoiler alert, yeah, it's been spoiled to death, so I'm not going to worry about spoiling that for you. And of course the main spider villains, those were fun to see too. And of course the promotional stuff says best Marvel movie ever. I wouldn't say that, I'd still give that to Avengers Endgame. It ranks up there pretty high though, it's really good. Moving on. So one thing I didn't realize that had come out at this point was Doctor Who Flux, which is basically the new season of Doctor Who. Going back to that old system of having it serialized. Now, I'm not going to do a full breakdown on this one, but I want to mention it because there's a lot of things I want to talk about. Now, I got to say on this, the second, third, and fourth episodes of this season were really great. Those were really good, really solid, really awesome, really great stories and really great twists. Really great Doctor Who. And, you know, Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor is really fun. I really enjoy her most of the time. And unfortunately, she again gets saddled with some bad writing. At this one, and this is minor spoilers, the Flux was destroying all the material in the universe. And at the end of the story, of course, the Doctor saves the universe. And it just seems like everything goes back to normal. Never explains how the Doctor may have restored all the matter of the universe. Just sort of happens off camera, not mentioned how or why. And honestly, when I was watching, I thought I missed something. I had to watch a couple other reviews of it to realize, no, I had not. It just sort of happens. It's like everything's hunky-dory. The universe is back to normal. Or is it? We really don't know. Pretty sure we see the sun go out. So at the end of it, we get a sunny day. So pretty sure. I mean, again, here's the problem. Now, the other thing is that the bad guys are never really fleshed out. You never really know what they are or what they're doing. The god or being of time or whatever just kind of pops in and pops out. You don't really get what that is about either. It's just not explained. It's just kind of like, huh? And understand, with Doctor Who, it's not like you get any kind of solid explanation on a lot of things. One of my favorite lines is, how do you explain to an orangutan a combustion engine? That's how you explain the TARDIS to a human. Still though, I never remember a Doctor Who giving absolutely no explanation to something very obvious. So in as far as that idea of the matter of the universe being restored, there is a line in one of the earlier episodes that says that all the matter in the universe has been compressed, it can be decompressed, but it never happens on screen, so you're not sure if even the universe is back. I don't know how else to say it. It just happens, and that's not enjoyable. It's weird, and you don't know what's going on, and that's really a shame because Jodie Whittaker's time in the Doctor is going to be marred by that. And I don't know, I just think that's a shame. She's a good Doctor. She should get a reputation as being a good Doctor, and it's going to be like, oh god, the stories were so bad. And that's the truth, it's right. But we've got a few more to go before Jodie says goodbye. Maybe something will improve. And I doubt we'll see improvement because Chibnall is still at the helm. And it's weird because he can do good writing. He wrote Broadchurch, for crying out loud. I mean, why can't he write anything good with Doctor Who? It's weird. I don't understand. So, another movie I got to watch was Death on the Nile on Hulu. Really good, really liked it. I thought it was excellent. I would give it a 4.5 stars, real easy. And to my surprise, I got to looking on the internet It was really weird because I got to looking around on the internet, critic sites, and like Metacritic gave it a 52. Over on IMDb, it only had a 6.3. And then over on Rotten Tomatoes, that had given it a 62%. But of course, the audience score was 82%, which audience score never does match with the critic score anyway. But one day I'll do a discussion on how come the audience score and the critic score doesn't match. But on this one, I think it's a little unfair. There were some criticisms of the pacing. I, on the other hand, I'm secretly not only a Marvel fanboy, I'm an Agatha Christie fanboy. How many people like that? I really enjoyed it. The beginning is slow because it is setting up the tension. And the tension's pretty high at the end. That's what I thought was really good. It's setting up the characters, letting you know who might have a motive, who might not. And then keeps you guessing the whole time. And I don't want to spoil it too much because it's better to watch if you don't know who the killer is. So, typical Agatha Christie fashion though, leads you one way, then another, and then hit you out of the blue with something you did not expect. I think some people call it subverting expectations. I call it a good mystery, and Agatha Christie is one of the best. And Death on the Nile is a lot better than I remember. I read it a long time ago, and it was a lot better than I remembered the book being. It is probably my least favorite Agatha Christie book, though. And so, again, give it a watch. It's really good. Another show that surprised me and I caught this weekend, it's not quite done, I may do a larger video for it when it's done, was Outer Range. Has Josh Brolin in it, Cable, Thanos, that guy. And I was not expecting this to go the turn it did. I had no clue about it. I just had heard a lot of recommendations, so I just said, can't hurt to give the first episode a shot. Again, I'm not going to spoil it at this point. I will say, in the first episode, Josh Brolin is a rancher. He goes out on his ranch one day and finds a giant hole in the ground, and that's when things get interesting. So, I would highly recommend it. That's on Amazon Video. Go watch it. It's an Amazon original, but it's really good. Really, really good. I also got to see the G.I. Joe Origins Snake Eyes movie. Gonna do a bigger video on that because I have a lot to say about it, but I'm just gonna say up front, didn't like it. Did not like. Would not recommend. I'll be back with more later. Alright, so finally the Thor Love and Thunder trailer dropped. It looks awesome. I am impressed. It looks like Thor is on an actual character journey, coming out of his depression, It's been really good to see. We get a glimpse of Jane Foster at the end. Now, I'm going to point out, either Natalie Portman has been working out, or there's some CGI going on. Look at those guns compared to when she was holding up the hammer. Yeah, those aren't the same guns. It could be she's working out, too. Why wouldn't you work out for a role? Obviously. But we will have to see. I've been wondering about this since they made the announcement that Jane was going to become the Jane Foster Thor. I was like, how is this going to work? And we'll just have to wait and see. But, we get a good glimpse of it right there in the trailer. So, if you can find that, don't forget Doctor Strange is coming out. Oh, gosh, just in a little more than a week. Boy, life with a toddler. I'm not going to be able to watch it, but that's okay. I don't begrudge my toddler for that one. Alright, so Marvel Legends had their big Tuesday fan thing. They trolled us about the next Disney Plus wave. It's like, should we reveal the rest of the wave? Nope. Tells you the level of these guys. God, Hasbro. Alright, so they did show us a bunch of Spider-Man stuff. The Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man looks kind of interesting. The rest of it, again, I am on Spider-Man burnout so bad. A lot of people are going nuts over this. I'm just kind of going, no more Spider-Man. I've got a couple of Spider-Man in my Marvel Legends. And that's going to be it. You know, for whatever reason, Tom Holland burns through my Spider-Man Burnout really easily. That's about it. I can't stand it. I'm really burned out on Spider-Man at this point. There was also a box set with Spinneret, and I was like, who's Spinneret? Because I haven't read Spider-Man comics in years, and then I looked it up, and I went, oh, come on. And some people are going to say, oh, you just can't handle it. I'm like, no, I don't like when everybody is just like the character. You know, that ruined Hulk for me. It did ruin Spider-Man for me. I don't know, it's alternate realities and all that stuff. I'm just so tired of it. So tired of it. Okay, moving on. Now, they did show a lizard that looks pretty cool. I'm probably going to try to buy that. It's going to be one of those Walmart exclusives, so it's going to be hard to get. Yada, yada, yada. And, of course, Hasbro took this opportunity to show us a bunch of the new cardboard packaging. They're getting rid of the plastic packaging. And a lot of people are up in arms about this. They're like, figure swappers are going to have a field day, blah, 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 blah. I see this mostly from Marvel Legends collectors and Star Wars Vintage Collection collectors. I kind of see their point, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, well, I have to admit, I have gone mostly online at this point. I just order it online and get it in a few days, and I'm done. And I'm almost, if I find anything in the store, it's an aberration. It's pretty rare that I do. Once in a while I do, but it's pretty rare. So I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, to me, I'm already taking these gambles with ordering online, so it doesn't, I guess I'm just saying it doesn't, I don't feel like it really affects me as much as some people are being affected by it. So I'm kind of neutral on the whole thing. I kind of get where it's coming from, but at the same time, I see the issue. At the same time, I'm just not feeling like I'm affected by it. They did go over the Thor Love and Thunder figures. We've already gone over that, so I don't need to hit that again. There is a MCU Legacy. Looks like a new Black Panther, new Killmonger. Looks like a good set. One I'm debating on. I may get that one. I may not. I'm not sure. I may get that set. I may not. I'm gonna wait closer to time of release and see what I feel about it. In the meantime, there was some G.I. Joe 6-inch reveals, and you know, these don't look bad. The Crimson Guard looks good. Zorano looks good. Dusty looks good, and I didn't put up a picture of Sergeant Slaughter as a Sergeant Slaughter. And you know, I should be more excited about this, but I'm looking at these the same way I've looked at the other reveals, and I'm kind of going, yeah, okay, cool, but yeah. And I think I finally put my finger on what it is I don't like about this 6-inch G.I. Joe line. I think it's just the fact I've really gravitated to the vehicles in G.I. Joe, and that can only be pulled off with 3 3/4 inch figures. 6-inch figures, you get like a motorcycle periodically. That's about it. And I really liked, you know, the Jeeps and the tanks and that kind of stuff. Now, that doesn't mean these are bad. I'm not going to knock them necessarily. But I'm going to say this is where my appeal does not come in. And it was something that had been bugging me. It's like, I really have a great affection for G.I. Joe, but this is not something I want to gravitate to. I mean, but, you know, it's also really good that they put Zorana in the main line, unlike the last time she appeared in the G.I. Joe line as an exclusive and nobody could get her. Thanks, Hasbro. But, again, I'm not overwhelmed by these. I can see why people would want them. I'm not going to fault you for if you want to buy these. Me, again, that's just an opinion, but that's how I feel. And finally, and this may surprise you because I avoid celebrity BS at all costs. Until one just grabbed me, and this one did. Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. And this has been one of the most outrageous things I've seen in a long time. So, I'm going to point out a few things. I myself have been in an abusive relationship where someone abused me, the similar ways to which is being described by Amber Heard abusing Johnny Depp. I have to say I see some signs. A lot of people who have come out of abusive relationships, so just to say this is triggering them. Me, I am the opposite end. I'm kind of like relieved I'm no longer in that, and that I can be out of it and not and feel good about how my life is now. And I encourage, and that's one of the things I want to bring. I want to encourage everybody to think about that and try to be positive. You know, I'm no longer in this awful situation that hurt me. And I feel I've come that far in a very quick amount of time. It's really surprising how quickly I came to that. But I really see in Johnny Depp too, he's not there at all yet, and he's getting there. I can see he's getting there, and I'm glad he is. But he's where I was maybe about 6 years ago, I think. This is just my observations from things I'm seeing right now in the courtroom. But you know, another thing that bringing me to this is the channel Heavy Spoilers did a perfect breakdown and analysis, which was really funny because normally they do this with stuff like, you know, episodes of Moon Knight or episodes of whatever show is on, Book of Boba Fett, just to name a few. I mean, it's usually whatever is streaming. But they did a breakdown analysis of the court case, and I have to admit it was excellent. It's that there's 2 parts to it. I will link them in the description. I highly recommend that people watch these. The first one, he manages to keep his opinions out. The second one, he just has to let it go. He lets it out, but you know, by that point, we already know. I mean, and my new joke has been, you heard Elf on a Shelf, get ready for Herd on a Turd. But I am at the point after listening to some of this stuff, I am not going to watch Aquaman 2, even if her screen time has been cut down to 10 minutes. I don't care. And of course, we know Johnny Depp kind of lost the Pirates of the Caribbean, and I doubt I'm going to watch any of those if he's not in it, because to me, the quality of the movies went down a lot, but Johnny Depp was the one redeeming quality of those movies. He played that character perfectly, and I really enjoyed it. Really thought it was some of his best work, and I will not watch a Pirates of the Caribbean movie without Johnny Depp. But again, you know, there's a lot of people who are saying, well, they both were bad. Everything I've seen says that Johnny Depp slammed a cabinet and slammed a drawer. I'll leave it at that. But like I said, for those of you who have been in abusive situations, try to get to that positive place. Believe me, it feels so good. It feels so good now to look at this and think I'm no longer there. Just try to remember that. That's going to wrap it up for Infinite Realms today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope you have a great day.